Hi everyone, this is Miso and welcome to my channel. I'm gonna try and do a peach makeup. It was requested by Ino-sa. That's what she's called on YouTube, or he. I'm not sure. Feel free to let me know what your name is. I'd love to know. So let's get into it. So, first things first, sanitizing. This is the very first thing that I always do. So I'm gonna go in with some foundation, which I have not been wearing a lot of, or any of, the last couple of months. So I'm excited to use this one again. It's the Lingerie de Peau by Guerlain in the color 02N. I'm gonna pump a little bit on the back of my hand. Just one pump for now, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna dab some on my face. Like so. I still have some left, but I'm just gonna start dabbing it in. I've been feeling kind of sick lately. So that's why my voice is a bit cracky and my skin has been horrible. So I'm gonna put another layer because I feel like on my cheeks I need it. And whenever I use a sponge, it usually soaks up some of the product, so yeah. So for concealer, I'm going to use this Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Ginger and the BareMinerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade Fair. This is gonna be for under my eyes and this is gonna be for my blemishes. So I'm gonna it's almost empty. I'm just clinging onto it because I don't want to buy a new one. I'm just gonna use this applicator and apply it on the areas where I have like blemishes and scars and, you know, wherever I feel like covering something up, which is in a lot of places, unfortunately. So most of my blemishes and scars are around like the perimeters of my face. I think it's because of either my hair or the way I sleep, my pillowcases. I do wash them quite frequently, but still my skin is just being annoying. So I'm gonna use a tiny bit of this BareMinerals concealer and just dabbing a very small amount. Kind of like so. And then I'm gonna use my finger and start blending it. And now I'm going to use my finger again and blend out the concealer around my face. I'm going to apply some powder. I'm going to use this Eglips Blur Powder Pact in the shade 21 and apply some on my forehead. Down my nose. And everywhere else. Just a very light layer though. Kind of like that, so it's a bit more matte and a bit more long-lasting, hopefully. And then I'm going to use the Artclass by Rodin contour. It's a new one because my old one broke. I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush, the e.l.f. blush brush, which is a quite small brush. And go in like this. Kind of do this and kind of apply it quite slightly. And then I just like to go in like this. And It's good. I'm actually going to go back in with a smaller blending brush, kind of like, whoa, this one by Morphe, and go into the 2 lighter shades. Just swirl it around a bit. So I'm also applying some right here and right here. Going down a tiny bit and also putting some right here. Oh, and some right here. Why not? So my chin looks a bit slimmer, I guess. Did it make a difference? I don't even know. So for my eyebrows, I'm going to use this matte formula by Aritaum in the shade Galsek number 1. It's a very light brown shade, but I'm also going to use a brow mascara. I sharpened it like this because I think it's easier to draw when your eyebrow pencil is either very small or flat like this, as opposed to a regular pencil, you know? And then I'm using this heavy rotation brow coloring eyebrow by Kiss Me in the shade 4. And I'm gonna wipe the excess product from the wand off before going in. Whenever I go in without wiping the excess product off of the wand first, it gets very clumpy and weird, so that's why I like to only use a very small amount. And yeah, let's do the eye makeup. So I was thinking what eyeshadow I should use, and I have a couple of things here. I have this glossy plaything, and then I have this one. It's the Hamish Daleism eye palette Cozy Coral, which looks like this. I also have some single eyeshadows that I might be using. I'm actually going to use this Pony Effect Beloved cream eyeshadow first as a base kinda, which looks like this. It has some glitter in it. And I'm just gonna dip my finger into it and I'm just gonna apply some on my lid. And I'm also putting some on the lower lash line. And then I'm going in with the Fresh Apricot shade from the Holika eyeshadow palette, using just a packing brush, a flat one, and putting some on one side of the brush. I'm just applying it on top of the cream eyeshadow that I just applied to get a bit more of a peachy shade all over, you know? Because the Pony Effect eyeshadow was a bit sheer, so I'm trying to get it to be more peachy, you know? I think that looks pretty peachy, doesn't it? So now I'm going to use a smaller blending brush, kind of like this one. It's a pencil brush, I guess. And I'm going to go in with the Mature Apricot shade right next to it and apply it on the outer third of my eyelids. And pulling it out a bit to elongate my eyes, you know? And also applying some on the outer part of my lower lash line. I'm then going back in with that blending brush that I used for my nose contouring. And I'm actually going back into my contour shade, the Artclass by Rodin. Going in with the middle the middle shade and kind of blend it out a bit to make it a bit more muted, kind of like this. I think it looks better. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I can. I'm going to use this very small shading brush and go in with cocoa butter, this one, darkest shade, and kind of draw in like the shape of eyeliner on the outer part first, and then we'll go from there. I kind of pulled it up quite a bit and then blended it inwards, and I'm actually going to go in right here as well along the lash line. Kind of like that. Doing the same on the other eye. I'm now going to curl my lashes real quick before going in with some eyeliner. I'm using this Shiseido one, and I'm curling the upper and lower lashes. And now I'm using this Sharp So Simple eyeliner by Clio, I believe? Yeah, Clio in the shade O2 Brown. And I'm gonna tightline, just looking down with my mirror right here. And I'm just gonna fill in the gaps in between my lashes, kinda. I'm going back in with this cocoa butter shade and just blend out the eyeliner that I just applied. I'm also putting whatever's left on the brush and putting it just right here, only a little bit, just to make it look a bit more connected, you know? And then I want to use this Shine Fix Eyes by Aritaum. It's in the shade 30. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna use this small classic liner brush by Zoeva and put some on the inner part of my lower lash line, right here. Can you see? Kind of like that. And I'm using this Misha Ital Prism Iro Lace Shading shade, using a pencil brush, and I'm putting some right here. Oh, mirror. Kind of like that. Now, mascara. So I'm using my Maybelline Falsies mascara. I usually do my cheeks first and then my lips, but I think I want to go in with my lip first today so I can see better how much blush I actually need. And what I'm going to do is use this one first. It's a Peripera Airy Ink Velvet in shade number 4, 미모열을, and apply it on the inner part of my lips. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to go in with this Etude House Dear My Blooming Lipstock in BE 108 감싸주고 싶은 베이지. It's very small. It's so hard to read. It's a like pretty warm beigey shade, and I'm just gonna apply it kind of on top, kind of focusing it more on the outer part though, so I don't completely cover up the tint that I just applied. And I'm going back in with this tint. I'm just applying a tiny bit more. Like that. And now blush. I have two blushes right here. These are Flower Beauty blushes in the shade Peach Primrose and Wild Rose. And I'm going to use this one first and then put a tiny bit of this in the center. So going in with Peach Primrose, I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Flawless face brush. Put some on one side, tap it off quite a bit. I actually want to dab it off a bit too because I only want a tiny bit. And I'm gonna apply it on the center. I'm applying it a bit more roundish. And whatever's left on the brush, I'm gonna kind of sweep across my face, sweep across my nose. Now I'm using this brush that I actually use for my contour, but I'm just gonna use the other side and go in with this shade called Wild Rose and use a very small amount. Dab it off and put it on just the center. And now I'm using this Lace Sharing shade as a highlighter as well. Using this Morphe brush. Going in. So yeah, this is my take on a peachy makeup. I hope it is accurate. Yeah, I do still think it's a pretty good look, and I kind of miss these kinds of shades, to be honest. I've been into more like neutrals, browns lately, so I'm kind of glad that I did this, and it was fun. I hope it was fun for you as well, and if you enjoyed it, give this a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down below with suggestions again, they're very welcomed, and you can follow me on Instagram if you'd like. It's misowondering, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.